right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, game number 2. Double Dimension versus PENTA Sports here in this best-of-3 series. Right now, it is PENTA up 1-0 despite there being no mark of that in the game. I'm actually just noticing as we're loading in here. So, but just to clarify again, a 1-0 lead for PENTA Sports, this being game number 2, of course, a very entertaining game number 1 that really we had no clue which way it was going to go in the end. Despite Dityaro's best efforts, though, like not enough, so PENTA Sports gets through, and again, up 1-0. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Robot Vice once again, and
Radiant team.
All right, got the draft underway, and we see an Omni Knight. I know you were bringing that up last draft. He kind of made it through.
Not this time.
But there's the Rubik.
And they like, okay.
We're flying through. Oh.
Okay, so let's talk about this here.
Okay, let's do it.
So the reason I questioned the no Omni pick last game from PENTA as they first picked the Razor in the first phase. Usually you see the Omni Knight banned, or you see the Omni Knight picked with the Razor with the first 2 picks of the game. But because Double Dimension denied the Razor pick because they had the second two picks, and they first picked the Omni Knight, they ended up switching to a Leshrac, which I'm sure they played this multiple times, and they've ran this through a simulator, hundreds of times, and have figured this all out. But it's just pretty interesting to see. I'm sure they would have grabbed the Razor if the Razor was not grabbed immediately by Double Dimension in that second pick.
Well, instead they immediately grabbed the Leshrac, which not as typical. However, again, apparently PENTA, they do have some history running it. I guess usually more in the support role with RMN. A little bit complexity-like, I want to say, at least from a while ago. It's been a while since we've seen them do it too. So,
yeah, I really don't get a chance to watch too much EU Dota, but I see Kyle running this on this Leshrac all the time on complexity. And I definitely think it's it's a really strong hero.
10 seconds remaining.
If it's played into the right game, and it's good against the. I already know it's good against the Razor, so I think it's a pretty strong pick. Really strong position 5.
As Tiny comes out, but again, PENTA's ready to respond. They go right into a Tusk with their 3rd pick, so gonna see the Tusk once again.
RMN's a mastermind.
Yeah, he's got confidence, man. Leshrac's interesting, and he ideally, likes a lead stun, which Tusk, I guess, with the shards could ideally set it up kind of well.
Yeah, definitely.
Not like a burrow strike, but it's still ideally well. Whoa, okay, we're going IO Tiny. That's where we're going for Double Dimension.
So changing up the pace of the game.
What they are. I mean, I guess it doesn't. IO with Razor's okay too, but it's pretty much safe to assume that's going to be a safe lane, Tiny. More farm focused with the IO.
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
Yeah.
They come out with a gyrocopter.
10 seconds
It's great
remaining.
versus the Tiny Wisp combo, just because the flak will just
5 seconds remaining.
if the Tiny's near the gyro, the flak is just going to kill the Wisp as he's trying to tether.
Team ban.
It's a pretty good pickup. Also great versus the Razor, so you can do lots of magical damage in that early to mid game.
Going back to Leshrac as well real quickly, his mana cost, I want to say, on the Split Earth ability was reduced in the latest patch, so essentially a buff for the hero, so not mind-blowing, but it's enough of a buff, again, to at least a little bit of attention to the hero. More freedom to use that ability earlier on. All right, so it's going to be PENTA with a mid-hero, probably. And then Double Dimension. You figure probably more of the off-lane, then.
Well, we have seen a lot of this mid-gyro recently.
Oh,
at least I've been seeing it.
You're right. It's possible. Lean towards safe lane, but they ban out Puck. But yeah, if PENTA figures another core hero, rather than the safe lane, makes more sense, then so be it.
And honestly, with one of these games, with a Razor Omni against each other, the lanes are going to be, they're going to try to get these lanes right. So there's going to be a lot of lane rotation. So you could even see like an off lane Razor. You really don't know
Radiant
with
team
games like
pick.
this.
Yeah. So they banned Tidehunter. Just an all-around solid off-lane hero, the beefy presence. But they still need their final pick.
10 seconds remaining.
What is Weehaw gonna play possibly?
5 seconds remaining. Pick.
Queen of Pain.
Of Pain.
I like that too. That's a good pick. It's a lot of burst. Like I said, that's why they banned it out in that last game. Because it is good against the Razor. And I think they know that. So you see them last picking the co-op there. It's kind of funny.
10 seconds remaining.
So
5 seconds remaining.
yeah, Razor this game doesn't seem like he has as good potential as he likes to have. I mean, both cores on the other side are usually a little bit slippery, can get away from him quickly. So it kind of leans towards, yeah, do you maybe just sacrifice him in that off lane as you're potentially talking about, instead get a different mid here that could do more?
That definitely is a possibility. Because they have a great aggro lane on the side of Penta. They have a lot of damage, a lot of lockdown. No place a Wisp wants to be. So these lanes are gonna get funky. I'm imagining maybe that tiny. I'm assuming that tiny IO is probably gonna end up mid somehow.
Okay. Against maybe like the Quap and the Tusk possibly being there then.
Yeah, but either way, that lane's awful. They might want to pick up something else here for the mid lane now. I'm not sure though.
It is a tough spot. No, I see what you're thinking. It's all these things running through my mind. It's like, well, no matter what, it seems like somewhere it's going to be not the best. So,
yeah, you feel like you almost got outdrafted here. I would feel that way at least.
It's not a good feeling going into the final pick, but
see,
okay, so they do settle with the Sven actually in the end, and ooh, Excalibur's playing the Sven for now.
Mid Sven. Which I've seen also recently quite a bit.
Well, they still could do like the IO tiny mid and then just have Sven safe lane farm, but yeah, no, I mean,
if it was a mid tiny, Excalibur definitely would be playing it. He plays tiny all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that now, but who knows? Maybe they'll swap. Maybe I'll probably be wrong, but I'm just saying that because I watch his stream and he plays tiny all the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So we were caught up with that so much. So Mag's actually on the tiny. So
yeah,
offlane tiny.
So it is an offlane tiny.
And then
so
I think the mid Razor. Okay. Or a safe lane Razor with a mid Sven.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They need to lane this Razor against the Omni. That's the whole point.
That's the idea. That makes sense.
That's where it all started. That's the origin. Now we have a mid Sven with an IO against a Quap Tusk, which I want to say definitely favors Penta.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think so. Yeah, the war cry of this game it's nice, but it's definitely not a game changer either. Again, there's a lot of magic damage that this Radiant team is relying on instead, at least until the late game, but gotta pause to kick it off here. Strat pause.
They love this Rubik position 5 though. Running it again. First pick.
Kinda. I mean, I guess it's dependent on how much you expect IO to get, which ideally, yeah, getting him at least an urn and going at the bottle, of course, earlier on.
I guess so. Once IO gets like a urn and a stick and his core items, then maybe they switch off.
Look at the blink, for example, on the Rubik at least. Not a
but they got the Rubik into the Omni Knight though.
Yes.
So they got that.
They did. Yeah, they snap picked the Rubik Razor pretty quickly as the Omni pick came out first, which again makes sense. But plenty more draft after that.
It's kind of funny. I think Razor kind of fell into the meta because of Omni Knight. It like indirectly fell himself into the meta.
And then people,
he wasn't.
Yeah,
people started picking him in other spaces too because people start to get comfortable playing with the hero, so they start picking him more. But because Omni Knight is such a contested pick, that this Razor becomes a valuable pick.
Ooh.
Guards off the mark.
Speaking of Razor, that was really close. Manages to avoid, though. So he'll stay alive for the time being, but again, still interested to see where the lanes ultimately set up.
To battle.
Tiny is running as if, or at least, I mean, he's going to block, but no, he may want to come top now. And is Razor going to go mid?
Yeah, here comes the lane swaps.
Musical lanes, here we go. Where
but
will
Excalibur on the winning end, and that's what they want out of this. They want their Sven farming, and he's going to cash out on both these bounty runes.
All right, it's a good start there. But yeah, Razor's going to come all the way to the bottom. So he wants to match up against the Omni, as you pointed out, and that will be the matchup, actually, at least initially. So good rotation, it looks like, from Double Dimension. We got Sven in the middle lane.
Yep, so as we like, I guess the lanes did turn out. In the end, this is good for Double Dimension, though, because this is what they want. Except this mid lane we knew was going to be kind of an issue, but maybe it won't be.
They're just going to run at Weehaw. Okay, that's a strap, but now here comes the Ice Shards. Obviously the tether's up. No overcharge just yet, still level 1. Tether brings plenty, though, although IO, he needs to take some damage for that to be useful. Damn it, hurt me. Now Rubik's here. Okay, this is a tri-lane. Let's just soak all the experience up. I don't know how long you want to wait around here. I mean, sure, it's really taking Quap out of the early laning stage, but I guess Omni Knight, yeah, with the rotation, he's having a good time. Back to the middle lane. Quap, she's able to blink. So that was the idea, get the first blood. Does not work out, though.
It's close. That's a tough kill with just a lift and a stun with an IO.
Tiny top lane. He's got Boogie just running after him. Still level 1. Tiny's actually last inning very well. 7-3, 2-0 Omni. Again, this was a late TP. Or no, Omni Knight ran up here. Did he? No, he just bought a new TP. Okay.
This is going really well for Dyer right now.
It is. It actually is. Razor's having a great time bottom lane, even despite that swap. So yeah, all 3 lanes are actually going very well. You're right.
Here we go. Razor's going to go top now. And then Tiny will move to the fog and TP bottom. Yep.
So now does Omni Knight respond again? It's like, how many times do you keep doing this, I guess? If you're the Radiant.
As many times as it takes.
But is it, though? Because at the same time...
At some point, efficiency.
Yeah, well, and there's that, but even with these lane swaps going on, like, Omni Knight was on top lane, yet he's not getting anything still. His middle lane, Weehaw again is having to blink away as there's still 3 heroes here. But the CS is being dominated by Double Dimension, man.
This is just really smart laning from Double Dimension. Exactly what they needed to do. They're just keeping Excalibur safe so he can get CS. Sven doesn't really need CS, but as we say that. First blood! Tiny goes down.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, I was watching that. He got just caught between a rock and a hard place. The shards hit. Out came that splitter setup. And eventually dropped from there. So that's the first good news for Penta. And it's the first blood even. Middle lane again, I guess this is the strat. Just literally just spam abilities into Queen of Pain. And run at her. It's kind of working. Oh, Omni Knight's almost dead top lane. The regen is just enough. He got 112 damage sapped from him. But he'll actually walk it off. That was close. But yeah, as expected, it's a difficult time for Omni Knight now especially. at the top lane, but maybe not as expected as much. This Queen of Pain is really struggling in the middle lane.
Yeah, as I was saying this before the first blood happened. Oh, 1 second, they might catch Boogie here.
Boogie's caught them. You have Tusk coming in as well, actually. Yeah, this could be a turn. Milan's dead. He did not expect another hero to come, that's for sure. He wanted that bounty rune, too. That was really greedy. He got it, but he dies for it. Don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah, the Sven doesn't really need experience right now. He just needs gold. So he can go farm the jungle as soon as he, you know, gets level 7, level 8, gets a Mask of Madness. And he'll get his experience that way. But it's just really, I think it's really good laning. Despite the 2 kills from the side of Penta, I think it's really good laning.
Yeah, it goes back to there's a lot more than just the hero kills, of course. And Double Dimension right now, again, the CS just continues to shine in their favor. But the hero kills continuing to go the favor of Penta. As Tiny will die again. Now Gyrocopter is starting to find some room as well. It's a couple kills for him that he's been involved in. His CS is starting to jump up. What do we think of Gyro this game? Is this like a drums game? It's going to be a lot of activity.
Yeah, I think drums are good this game. We're also seeing him pick up power treads, which we see most Gyros picking up phase boost, right?
True. Yeah. To be a tankier arm and middle lane, by the way. He gets caught. He was trying to sneak up and maybe set up middle lane, but obviously a risky maneuver in the first place with how much involvement's been here. And there's the treads now delivered. But yeah, treads on Gyro. So he's bulked up quite a bit. He's got the Ring of Aquila finished, or coming along, I should say. Almost finished.
It's 33 CS for Excalibur. We has 13 in the mid lane.
Obviously, he's the better player. Middle lane, Excalibur. Welp. Welcome to the casting. It's not going to be a caster's curse, maybe? We jumps in. Scream. Oh my god, it's very far in the heel. The tether, it's keeping him alive, finally. He'll fall down. That's the point I was going to get as the caster's curse. As Tusk, he's fine. In fact, Mag is now in a little bit of trouble. He's not doing much yet, but he's going to walk away too. So, yeah, it's a 4-1 start now for Penta. And they address the Sven at least in the middle lane finally. Good movement.
This isn't the first power treads Gyro I've seen though. I forget who I saw, but I saw someone else get it.
Well, the idea is again, right? Why would you get power treads over phases? You want to tank up a little bit, so obviously the attack speed is nice too, but
versus the tiny and the burst damage from that.
Exactly. That you have Sven himself, who, you know, throughout this game, of course, is going to start hitting really hard and withstand that early damage. Top lane, they've gone the bottom core, they've killed the middle core, and now it's time for the top core and Dityaral, but this time it's a little too slippery, and in fact now Tusk is going to fall. Omni Knight's regretting this decision now. He doesn't even have his repel. Nice split air stun. That actually might save him. Wow. Oh, the orbs! Nope, purification. Dityaral wants this. He needs to be careful to go too deep, though. He does have, I guess, a tether still up, but yeah, he's fine. Okay. They got 1 turn kill. They're not done yet, though.
Yeah, they smoked under the Dire Ward as well, though.
Boogie, gonna see them again. There's a shrine here, but the supports don't want to pop it for themselves. They want to have, looks like Sven's even running over. Ready to fight
this
now.
Jungle. Look how stacked the jungle is. Even bottom, there's stacks.
Yeah. And stacking now in the meantime as they're nearby. Try to at least.
Got it.
Radiant team's coming over, though. They didn't want to get this up for free. However, they're biting off a little more than they can chew, it looks like. Armin. Nice shard block. Armin's definitely dead, though. He's just going to try to stall this as long as possible. So they get him killed. But again, that was 4 heroes of Double Dimension coming together to make that kill happen. So space created, I guess. And top. Apparently we're not done up here just yet. Dityaral, again, we've seen this before. Deja vu, but this time maybe it is enough. Slowing him down with the T-Jara. Got the purges from Dityaral, but Yeah, Wisp is elsewhere. He's not going to be able to save him, sapping all that damage, though. It's not going to be enough. Purification. So again, CS still looking pretty impressive for Double Dimensions, but Penta, they're moving as a team, and it's working now.
Yeah, but Excalibur is about to start taking all of these stacks. It should be a huge net worth boost for him.
Yeah, he's got that Morbid Mask, so has the life steal. Also opening up Rubik as Milan just died in the neutrals, by the way. And
Yeah, I saw that.
Rubik goes down in the middle lane. Weeha just runs at him.
Are scanning.
Oh, man. I saw that, the satire, I think. Just like hit him one last time.
Dire's middle
So
tower
that
is
wasn't
under
on
attack.
purpose then. That was an accident.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it could
There's
have
no
been.
point. It would be so inefficient to die to neutrals now, especially.
Yeah.
They nerfed it.
Oh yeah, they nerfed it a while ago. Unless you're about to die to a hero, yeah, it's just not worth it really. Well, he comes back at least full life, full mana, and he's going to heal up Excalibur here as he's doing even more. God, these stacks, you're right. This is impressive stacking, honestly, going on. Oh, he misses that one barely.
You talk about it.
Yeah, my bad. Putting him on the spot.
My
Double
bad.
damage, Rue. Nice.
Wisp passes
Dire's middle
the
tower
bottle
is under
over to
attack.
Sven, gets
Yep.
the DD.
Efficiency, ladies and gentlemen. And this Sven, he's going to shoot up the net worth. It's going to be 5,500 or so. Top lane, I'm watching him farm Ancients. I should have been watching top. Jitnirag goes down up here. The Split Earth connects as well on a Rubik. Rubik's in trouble, but there's a relocate. I was wondering if Sven was going to join the party. He does with the assistance of Io. Of course, they get one turn kill. They're going for a second. The Snowball may secure this, trying to toss in. Oh, it's not going to be enough to block it, but J4 will actually go down. And the relocate out right as the fight ends.
Take him back to defend mid.
That was perfect execution. Very well played on Milan's part, playing the IO.
You're simply not worthy.
Excalibur definitely has him to thank.
I mean, I'm sure they play Wisp Tiny together all the time.
Yeah.
As Excalibur and him to practice and everything. So I'm sure they have really good synergy. It seems like they do.
Yeah, they do. Again, just the stacking of the camps as well. It is impressive. Done by them. So Razor almost has drums finished. So again, these Svens here can definitely go a little bit different. He is going to go the S and Y. So I would say that that's fairly standard right now. Mask Madison S and Y, but then it's after that it's where it can change up.
The cool thing was, too, is that the Wisp was level 4 before all the stacks. And then he sat, tethered, Sven for all of it. Now he's almost level 7.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gyrocopter is trying to build an axe.
What?
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
I mean, against Io, is that good, I guess? The second gunner? Like, is that what he's thinking, maybe?
I mean, I don't think it really works like that.
No, not
I think
really.
It just keeps off an attack off the side of you.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, bottom lane, we got fight breaking out here. Weeha, he's going to be stunned up by the Stormhammer army. It can only do so much. The Splitter's going to be dodged, and Weeha does not have a blink. He's going to go down to the IO. Armin's found. He's going to try to TP, and that should work. Wow, that was really close, actually. So he escapes. But I'm just still caught up on the Ags.
Let me think about it for a second. I'm honestly trying to just like
Process
Dire's
it.
top tower is under attack.
It may be more insight as to the power treads as well. Again, it's just a mix of that
maybe
with
he
the
thinks
Ags.
he's gonna get all of his damage stolen, so he's gonna have a side gunner to do the damage.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But again,
Trying to justify
no,
it.
that's obviously, you know, it's good that you are, because he's going for it, so there has to be some reason, right? So at least in his mind, but even that is like, well, ideally you're not being sapped by Razor, and Gyrocopter should be able to evade that. So it's it really, that's an interesting decision. I'll leave it at that. And you know what? We'll see him get it.
Sven taking another. It looks like Milan knows how to stack all 3 camps at the same time, because he just stacked all 3 of the camps, the HN and both camps. And now they're relocating in.
Well, they're trying to get here in time. JDR's going to live, actually. The relocate comes in, but that's a bad spot. IO explodes. The call down happened, and down goes Sven. They also lost the Razor. That is a perfect example of sometimes the relocate in is not the best decision.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That was a bad spot. And now J4's in trouble. Oh no, he's hugging the tier 2 tower. He's not living that though. Triple kill for Gyrocopter. Well, this game just swung.
Interesting. So interesting, this Gyro's skill build and then his item build. He's going like this magic damage build. He wasn't even maxing flak, which you see prioritized by most Gyro players.
You know what? It goes back to the Warcry maybe. I mentioned that, how that wasn't necessarily going to be the most useful to late game, but yeah, if he's more focused on dealing a lot of magic damage, then he's getting around that, I guess.
What's the point of the side gunner then?
Yeah.
That's more physical.
That's true. I don't know. I don't get it.
Now he's building into a Sange and Yasha. He's got his Ags done. 14-minute Ags though, pretty impressive. That's on net worth higher than the Sven who cleared all the stacks, so definitely knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah. No, that's a great point, because yeah, the fact that he has an Ags at 14.5 minutes is definitely very impressive. So that's 4,200 gold invested into that item though. So I'm not saying it's not going to work, but he better put on a show with it. That's a lot of gold. Could have gone towards more traditional, which, speaking of that, he is going to go S and Y next. That's what he has queued up at least. Omni Knight, he's still been struggling to recover. But working out there. What does Queen of Pain have? She went the Veil first, which, again, kind of makes sense with the tempo of the lineup right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And there
attack.
is the Ags. All right.
Oh, it's destroying the towers, though. Look at this.
Double damage.
Yeah, another idea of why maybe
Radiant's
possibility.
middle tower is under attack. Bottom tower has fallen.
You know, this is actually interesting too, and I'm sure Armin maybe does this. Again, I haven't watched a lot of his games playing Leshrac, but he's maxed out Lightning Storm over touching Diabolic Edict instead, as well as a Split Earth.
They're really going all in on this magic.
Radiant structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
So their sieging isn't as strong, but
Dire's
they definitely can
bottom
fight a
tower
lot
has
better.
fallen.
So that's a tier 2 bot. Tier 1's being pushed in, but they don't care. They want to try to push tier 3 at 16 minutes.
Dire's bottom
Okay.
tower
Damage
is
on
under
Quap,
attack.
side gunner.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
All right, here we go. We're going to see how this works. Ditya Sap is stopped immediately, actually, so only gets 21 damage.
They're not coming back. Sven's still there. They're waiting to relocate.
They got. I was gonna say they gotta relocate. They just blow up Razor though. Here comes Tiny. The Guardian Angel response though. DNZ is taking some good damage. Excalibur with that GA up. He has to run. Sonic Wave off to the side, and all of a sudden Excalibur's by himself. IO buys back. It's not gonna be in time though. Sven will go down. The buyback on Isles resulting in not much. There is a mag Tiny up, but they're gonna get tier 3 and possibly the racks on top of this. Penta Sports. What is going on? This strategy is just fun to watch. Ultra kill for Wii.
You force the Sven buyback, but he doesn't have God Strength.
No.
So.
And it's him and Tiny. They're going to try to drop Wii in this, but they don't have the damage. The Splitters connects. Mag's in trouble now. He's thwacking him at the tree, but a rampage for Weeha. And now they're going to finish off the racks. Double Dimension just got so desperate right here. They played it a bit sloppy, and we see the end result.
What are the stats on players getting 2 rampages in 2 games back to back?
That's a good point. He got one last game, didn't he, on the Razor?
Dire's middle tower is under
2 in
attack.
a row.
You know, I apologize because I finished that fight with Double Dimension play. So honestly, Penta Sports, this is beautiful to watch because this is just so abnormal with their strategy and everything.
It is.
And it's working.
You really don't think they could push high ground at 15 minutes in the game, but you see them doing it right now.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Yeah, I question the side gunner, but
Worthy
this thing's
twitch.
actually, this thing owns.
Yeah.
I really haven't seen it too much.
And that's one of those things, right? It's hard to, like, that's why I was very hesitant to suggest it's a bad item pickup by any means. It's just we just never see it.
J4.
No sorceries avail.
But again, team effort across the board. Yeah, they almost got J4 there. The tether will save him. But you put so much into the Sven especially, as they're going to get Tusk. Okay, a little too deep.
They smoke immediately after. They know they need to make something happen. This game is not going well.
Radiant are scanning.
Wait, somebody's saying Lightning Storm is physical? No, it's not. It's magic. It is magic damage. Anyways, Mag jumps in. Gyro, that was a beautiful combo. He's dead for 50. He got the call down off, but that was a great initiation from Mag. Something of what they needed.
So much utility on this hero. That's why you can play him as an offlaner too.
Yeah, good really in any role like that. And they know that Roshan's happening. Sonic Wave initiation. Did he jump in too much though? He gets stunned as he goes, and the repel's not going to save him. Oh no, went a little too ballsy. RMN is doing a lot of damage as a support, but it's not enough. And now it's Penta's turn to panic. Both teams, they seem like they're getting a bit panicked and making some really not the best decisions. Yeah,
Tusk wants to snipe his Aegis, but we might be able to. He might be able to.
DNC, big play. Snowball, he's going for it. Boogie's running in. It's not enough damage. There we go. The Aegis is picked up by Excalibur, and DNC is going to fall. So is Boogie. That was a very all-in play. They lose 2 heroes.
It's really, really well played by Double Dimension to stop hitting the Roshan, having the discipline to have all of them just kill the Tuskar instead of finishing the Rosh.
Yeah.
You can see the Tuskar can't finish it off, so he tries to steal the Aegis, but the Rosh is too high of HP for him to even kill it. So it's cool to see that. Like some teams with such good communication.
What have we?
I think, speaking of communication, I wonder if we thought that he was going to have a repel going into that Roshan pit, because the way he jumped, it didn't come out until like he actually already got comboed, and then it came out the last second when he was basically dead. So
really good timing by Double Dimension to fight into the one big ultimate, or they took a fight without the one big ultimate from
Dire's middle tower
Penta,
is under
and the
attack.
GA was on cooldown for that fight. It was very important.
Yeah, GA is a very powerful tool this game. It can be pursed, remember, by Razor, but it's a bit random, of course. So as there's a repel in the back line, so Sven's jumping in. They jump right onto the Omni Knight. They get him killed. No GA, but the Koda's doing a lot of damage. The Sidegunner's also dishing out some as well. They get the response kill on a Razor as well as the Isle. They take out Sven for the Aegis use. Mag sitting at a distance. He's just trying to stay alive. Everyone's dead around Sven. Mag will be able to TP out. Excalibur blinks the other direction and escapes as well, but that look that was going to be good for Double Dimension, picking off Omni Knight right away. Not so much. Queen of Pain still has Sonic Wave as well.
Yeah, and they still didn't use GA either. Still won the fight.
Omni Knight's going to be back up in a couple seconds, try to get to the team ASAP, but this is mid-tier 3 now. Melee Rax, it's also dead. Excalibur and Tiny, you know, what are they going to do? By themselves. Blink is ready. Rubik is up. Isle's up at 3. They kill Melee Rax, though, and no more reason for Penta to go further. They fall back with that R-Man. Ooh, that was close. Almost got caught there, but no, it TP's away.
Regeneration!
7,000 net worth lead now for Penta, but more importantly, even the 2 melee racks already destroyed at 22 minutes in.
And it was looking good for a second. They got that fight mid. They just took a sloppy fight, really. They need to have like the Tiny getting initiated on rather than the Sven. So the Sven can ult and, you know, blink in and stun somebody and blow them up. Do some cleave, but it's not working that way.
Omni Knight, love this. The Aeon disc is coming along, and we don't get to see this item often, but it feels like every game that we happen to see somebody going for it, it kind of just makes sense. You know, he just needs to live.
It does, yeah. He's not high on the net worth. He's not really farmed. He just needs to survive and get his GA off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's perfect.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And so when he finishes that, a little more freedom.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But top tier 2. Again, to reiterate, guys, I know it doesn't say up here it was a mishap with the lobby, I guess, but it is a 1-0 lead for Penta. So they're trying to close out the series, where Double Dimensions is trying to force a 3rd game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Here we go, top lane. Yep.
See Boogie has his Aether lens. and he's just sitting back behind the heroes. It's way different than most of the Omni Knights we've been seeing recently. This item build, he's got Tranquil Boots.
Scanning.
Like, when's the last time you've seen Tranquil Boots on Omni Knight?
it's definitely, usually you see the source right now. He had that first, but of course splitting up into the Aether Lens and then just kind of naturally says, all right, I got the stats now. Might as well just get the
games like this are why I love Dota. It's just like the fact that they can execute like a completely different strategy.
Yeah, it's never not never the same, but there are plenty of different strategies out there where you can try different things and blow people's minds away. And right now, Double Dimension, they're trying to figure out how to still win this game. Down 10,000 net worth and 2 melee racks already destroyed. I mean, they still have a very farm Sven, but it does drop off a lot after him. BKBs are key, though. BKBs are huge, in fact, I want to say, this game for them, which they are working on now for Sven and Razor. So we'll see when they're able to get that. There's the Aeon Disc finished in full. Remember, now 70%. So I think most would argue that's a buff to the item. Tusk. Oh, they find him. And they want more. Excalibur wants more. There's the Aeon Disc, though. It pops. It allows him to run away. And he'll just back off. Meanwhile, top lane, Jarl's pushing it in. So Aeon Disc coming into play right off the bat. I mean, they're going to get RMN killed.
Dire's top tower
Boogie
is
has no
under
TT,
attack.
but I don't know if they'll catch him. They're relocating on him. They have a ward.
No sorceries avail.
He puts Repel up. Cannot purge that. The Sonic Wave in the face. Turning on a Razor right now. The Purification as well, but here comes Sven. Has to pop the GA for this. We had too much magic damage. He still goes down through it. Was it purged? Okay. That makes sense then.
Oh.
It did seem like he dropped way too fast.
I haven't seen that interaction before, and you were just talking about it. What are the chances?
Well, not many units in the area at that point, to be fair, so just happened to be a perfect timing.
Got it.
Well, great catch. And again, maybe, I guess that time wasn't Penta necessarily overextending. Well, kind of, to be fair, he did jump in. And die as a result, so Double Dimension, they'll take a couple more of those and maybe swinging back in their favor. That's how this game feels like. It's kind of on... It does seem like Penta is on a bit of a clock, especially with the way they've been building this game and what they're going up against. They want to try to finish this one in the near future.
Well, now that they're going to have BKBs, Weeha's really close to his, and Gyro just finished his. So I guess they're going without Weeha's BKB, but these BKBs are really important. They have a lot of lockdown between Sven and Tiny.
Gets the Orchid on Tiny, and then Tiny just blinks away. So not much going to happen there. But yeah, she probably should be able to finish the BKB as she pushes out this last wave here. Or needs one more last hit. So farming it, going to have it delivered at least. Sven, his own BKB is coming as well. That courier, man, if they somehow snipe that courier, that would be huge. But no, they're going to find Tiny, but not really. They do not go any further. BKB on Gyrocopter, so that's the name of the game right now. Both teams prioritizing that item.
Have you seen the Satanic with the Ags Gyro?
No, I don't think. Well, it's been a while at least. Again, I haven't seen an Ags Gyro in a pretty long time.
Like, you use your Satanic, and the side gunner will heal you up. So even if you're like locked down completely, your side gunner will still heal you while you're like stunned. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, because it still has the free. It can't be stunned. It just always attacks. Yeah. And he's going I have Scotty now as well. Nice mix of tank, but also I have Scotty's really strong in this game, especially against heroes like Sven.
Yeah, if you just all you have to do is survive this burst from the Sven and the Tiny, and then the fight is over. Like that initial time, if you can just survive that, then DD really has nothing else after that. The Razor only has drums and a BKB. He's really not outputting much damage.
Whoa, that was a very quick Roshan respawn. and they see it. Right, Oliver was literally leaving the pit as it respawned, and he noticed it. So they're gonna finish off Roshan.
Double damage.
Purify.
Solar Crest on Tusk. Goes down fast.
Dire team smoking.
Roshan has fallen to the radiant.
Who got the cheese? General picks up the Aegis. Cheese on Quap. Jump the Quap.
They want to fight. They want to fight.
Jump the Quap. No.
I don't think they have vision there.
Oh, yeah, it is nighttime. You're right. Well, jump the Leshrac, I guess. So they also jump the Quap in the back lines and getting cheese in time, and Omni Knight couldn't get there. And Quap just bought that BKB. 60 seconds, she's out of the fight.
Arms is going to die to the urn from the IO.
Boogie, he's running away, and however, he just repelled himself. He has to pop the GA now for Oliver. Oliver turning some damage. A stolen GA, though. Oh, what a steal on that GA from J4 in response. It's going to keep Milan alive as well. Set up the easy kill on Omni Knight. DNZ is going to fall. More than likely. Nice evasions, but nope. Yeah, double dimensions. Found the jumps. That smoke comes through. So that's why I continue to suggest that again. It just they're on a clock for Penta.
Yeah, Weeha just got jumped. He couldn't get the cheese off, or maybe he had it in his backpack. I'm not sure. I don't think he was expecting to get jumped there. But that smoke was really well timed.
Great lockdown. Secures it. Also, curious item choice from Razor coming out. I mean, he might change his mind. He has 3,000 gold saved up, but he has Blade Mill right now queued up, which against Gyro and even Queen of Pain, I guess potentially is pretty good.
Solid.
Especially with a side gunner.
It's funny how they're like, that's 2 times in a row that they've kind of came back in this game with just, which is just like magic, because I don't know how you do that in this situation. They've just made it work twice, and they're somehow still in the game.
Okay, that's a very curious talent just taken there by Sven. He just got his Stormhammer dispels enemies. So.
Oh, what?
Yeah, over the lifesteal. That's not usual, but it is a reaction, of course, to this game with the GA.
So if he gets an AOE,
oh my God! He just took Gyrocopter there, but out because the BKB, but he's still dying. The Aegis gonna be popped. Can they respond to this? Queen of Pain ready to go. Sonic Wave only level 2. Good jump in. Penta. Oliver pops the BKB and the call down is down. Excalibur's melting away. The relocate out. It's not in. Oh, it is in time. He actually saves him initially. They're going to lose Tiny though. They do lose Razor. He buys back immediately the GA from Omni Knight, helping to keep everyone alive. But now the tier 3 tower just about dead. Relocate back in with Io. And the Sven. No, it's just, okay, it is both of them. Sven goes in, jumps on Omni Knight. Omni Knight may end up falling because of this. He's trying to run right now, toss into the air. No, he goes down. DNZ gets the snowball off at the back. Let's go. Weeha jumped in, takes it. Io. Excalibur going toe-to-toe. He pops the cheese, though. Does Weeha. Gets the kill on his Sven. He buys back immediately. So does Io. Razor staying dead, though, for 87 seconds. Can Excalibur with the buyback? Can he hold? Io will fall. Another rampage for Weeha. He got 1 the first game. He gets 2 in game number 2. And Penta Sports trying to finish it 2 games to nothing. Oliver will take that one here, but let's make it a double rampage. Nope, let's make it a double kill. GG, well played. What a finish.
Axe Gyro. Unbelievable.
Axe Gyro.
The pushing power of that. You saw that. You saw them push down that barracks at 15 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
With the Axe Gyro. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was it's one of those abilities, one of those Ags effects too. It's like it's kind of hard to tell what's really happening, but it no doubt was dealing plenty of damage in these fights throughout that game. So, but man, great team. I also got to think RMN was probably dealing a lot of damage too on the Leshrac, because he's one of these supports that if you don't address throughout these fights, he will be dealing plenty to you with the Pulse Nova and everything.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, what was his damage?
Higher than the Tusk and the Omni Knight.
It was up there, 11,000 plus. Higher than 3 heroes on the other side even, so.
2 very different item builds coming out. Seeing the Aether Lens Aeon Disc from the Omni Knight, and then seeing the Ags from the Gyro. It's just, yeah, it's just so cool to see some new, like, some new stuff, you know?
reacting to the game, reacting to the lineups, and that's what you love to see. It's the adaptation, and that's frankly what usually the better teams will do in the end. I mean, if you look at all the top dogs in the scene, then you notice that they're doing that. They got the diversity working for them.
So do you think they picked Sven because they knew that level 20 talent was Dispel?
Oh no, I mean that was like sure that could have helped, but. I think Sven was more of because they wanted to IO Tiny initially, but then as the draft developed, they were like, okay, maybe that's not going to work, and they wanted to still get a nice pairing for the IO. So, and Sven works, but
it looked like it was going really well. They had all those stacks, and somehow the gyro. I'm curious to see how he kept up in farm and was able to be above the Sven after all those stacks. Maybe one I'll rewatch. Probably like some serious efficiency stuff in this one.
Yeah, that was impressive. Yeah, if you want to know how to stack efficiency effectively, even then definitely watch back on that replay. But also,
I'm talking more in perspective of the gyro farming. The fact that he was able to keep up with the Sven.
Oh yeah.
How he farmed so fast.
Yeah, his bottom lane ended up working out pretty well because obviously Tiny did die a couple of those times earlier on, and he started to find some room, but. Weehaw, though, getting a double rampage, got one the previous game. Back-to-back games is one thing, but to get them two.
Get the hat trick.
Yeah, that was pretty sick in that game. And he had a couple of moments, not that it was his prettiest game ever, because he did have a couple of jump-ins where you're like, well, okay, maybe he shouldn't have done that, but he'll take it. And so will Penta. As that is the series, guys. Again, to clarify, that was game number 2, and that means Penta wins 2-0. And we'll advance on to the winner finals, where they'll play
against Final Tribe.
The Final Tribe, exactly. Come tomorrow, I believe. So, losers bracket will be Double Dimension versus Team Kingwin, and then we'll see how it plays out from there. That one spot is on the line. But we are going to be wrapping up as far as this broadcast goes. Robot Vice, want to thank you as always for joining me on the broadcast. Any shout-outs, any final words from yourself?
I'll say one thing. If you guys haven't followed my stream, I'm getting a new PC on Monday, so I'm gonna be streaming more. So check me out on there. But Breaky was great casting with you, and I hope I was tolerable. And it was a good time. I had fun. It was a good morning spent.
Yeah, no, like I said, I was surprised you were even around when you responded. I was looking for a co-caster early morning for you.
I was supposed to go skiing with my brother today, but I didn't, and here
dodged.
We are.
Well,
it happens for,
Exactly. I think it was time well spent. I think you made the better choice here. Good job. No, thank you for joining me though as a co-caster. It was fun, and as far as you guys tuning in, definitely hopefully you enjoyed some good series today. Both the series obviously entertaining at its fullest. So congratulations to the winners. Again, ultimately all the teams are still in it. It's just now who's the matter of in the winners and who is in the losers. But come tomorrow, that'll be changing. Tomorrow's schedule, by the way, it'll be a little bit earlier than it was today. We're going to kick it off for the winter finals. It'll be the Final Tribe versus Penta. And then the losers will take place Kingwin versus Double Dimension. Happens. And those, again, both best of 3. And that starts at 8 a.m. Eastern, though, which is, let's say, 1400 Central European time. If I did my math correctly there, which I think I did. So there you go. That's, right? Yes, 1400. Okay, so 1400 Central European time. Anyways, that's what's to look forward to come tomorrow for the European region, here for the GESC Indonesia qualifying coverage. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.